Good evening, excellent and extraordinary Negroes. Today we are talking about The House of the Dragon, Episode 7, Driftmark. My name is Jade.
I am Carlos Stilwell, aka Carlos Valerian of
I'm just
House
simply
Valerian.
Desmond. I have not declared a house yet.
I am a Valerian.
Oh,
Next
you
week, my
haven't
hair will be white. It will be white.
you
I'm getting there.
so I guess okay, that's a first question. What is your house in Game of Thrones? The whole of Game of Thrones.
The whole
I,
Game of Thrones?
I thought I was a Dothraki until I met the Valerians.
Valarians, yeah.
And that is my land, and those are my people. You know, I'm a Pisces. They are a sea people,
Oh yeah.
and they look like that.
If we're tying our zodiacs in, then I guess I'm a Lannister. We always pay our debts.
Well, with your cousins or your sister.
Hey.
Right.
I know. Targaryens can't speak. Okay.
I'm House Valerian.
Yeah.
That's me, and I bear water. I'm an Aquarius, so right there.
Here we go.
Yes. And my mother's maiden name is C. So everything that I do is I use that last name and not Rogers. So spoilers. It's a lot of Jade C running around, just kind of like woo, and nobody knows who that is.
I love it.
Yes. Okay. So should we just get right into it?
Let's do it.
All
There's
right.
a lot to talk about.
Oh God, so much.
Okay. So in this episode, the families gather on Driftmark for a funeral.
Oh Lord.
There's a kid brawl and somebody loses an eye.
It's all fun and games.
It's all fun
until
Viserys calls for an end to infighting and Alicent demands justice.
I hate her.
Laenor, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Question mark. And a less eventful wedding on the beach.
Was it less eventful?
Nobody died.
Yeah,
well, okay.
Yeah.
To say, but
that's because they ain't invite nobody.
Yeah, nobody was there.
But I think it was. I don't know if it was less eventful because the line was drawn in the sand, and at the wedding, you knew where everybody stood.
So,
all right, let's start from the beginning because
let's start from the beginning.
There's a lot to cover.
Let's start.
Let's start from the beginning. All right, so we're going to start here.
Oh Lord!
Bring that heat, Unc.
You just put up the blackest moment question at this time so I can answer the question.
Okay. What is the blackest moment of House of the Dragon?
The uncle's eulogy. The uncle's eulogy. The uncle's eulogy. Like I felt like I was in black church. I felt like I was with the deacon, Reverend Dr. Uncle Valerian, who cutting everybody, who used his eulogy to tell everybody, my nieces are the only real dragon riders up in here because Rhaenyra's kid is bastardous. But I'm not gonna say nothing. Ha ha ha. Like he read the library was open. The eulogy, because I went and watched it again, it was 9 sentences in Old Valerian. So actually, and he did it in a language. He was like speaking in tongues. He did it in a language. I didn't even understand what he was saying. That's how deep the read was. A lot of people there didn't even know what he was talking about.
Right.
He was speaking in tongues.
I'm sure that the High Towers don't speak High Valerian.
Exactly. No. He was speaking directly to some folks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever understood, and also the way that they depicted her coffin dropping was extremely reminiscent of those statues
terracottas.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was very African. It was very much. It
Oh,
looked
you're
like,
talking about those. Okay, different
yeah,
statues then.
the ones that they under South Africa
Mm-hmm.
that depict the slave trade. I can't think of exactly what sea that is, but that's what those. That's what that reminded me of. I'm gonna look at it while
And
we
there were
talk about it.
multiple.
Okay.
There were multiple coffins down there too. Like
Yes,
that's just the spot right there where the dead are buried. So
right.
Um,
it's interesting.
and the carving on the the coffin itself, the casket,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that's Egyptian
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
with a Valerian symbol on it, but everything else that was just straight up Egyptian. I appreciated that.
They go into this later on in the episode, towards the very end of the episode, how much House Valerian is tied to the water. Um, and
Mm-hmm.
yet like they're still reliant on fire to, from their dragons to
Mm-hmm.
uh to hold power.
Right.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's very interesting that they they're just like, yeah, we ride dragons and do all the fire stuff, but we all about this sea life.
Yeah. And the
I love it.
and that Corliss's children, they are blended so they can ride those dragons and sail on that sea.
Hmm.
Jade, I just texted you, so
Oh,
if you
oh.
get a chance to share it. Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right.
But it was very that whole funeral was very, very,
That.
yes.
Got it.
It was very, very familiar and diasporic.
Right. Yes. Okay, so we are at the funeral
Hmm.
after Unc's speech, and I love Rhaenys's hat. I don't know why I love that hat so much. I love that hat.
Baby, she's been married to a black man for years. You know how to come to a funeral while you
I
bullshit.
mean, that is the hat that you wear to a funeral.
Especially the funeral of your child.
Right.
Baby.
Right. And the way that she clings to the children. I think
Oh, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful.
yeah. I love that. Then we also have these punks.
Yo, my man got the fresh jewelry back on.
Oh my God. Did you
I
see
hate
how many
everything
times
about
he
it.
was touching it?
Yeah, it's just
Ugh.
like, let me fix it. Let me.
I just take, comfort in knowing he's gonna die. Like he's gonna die a miserable death, probably at Damon's hand, and I'm just gonna wait for it. Like I just feel like either Damon or Corliss is gonna kill him violently.
I can only hope so. Only hope. Because I don't like him at all.
And that Allison medieval Karen.
Yeah, she's giving real big Karen vibes.
Okay, so in this episode, she is at the funeral and she cannot leave Rhaenyra alone.
Why is she fixated on this girl so much?
She's bothered by her. Well, we get to it as we
Yeah.
talk through it. She actually articulates her real problem.
Mm-hmm. You
Right.
just get to flaunt yourself all up in here.
Right. And so that's her. That's who she is. She reveals herself in this episode. And Rhaenyra says, now everyone sees you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you trying to show me. Everybody know me, baby.
Right.
Look at my kids. I haven't hid myself.
Right.
So back to the funeral. Uncle Corliss goes and talks to his grandson and says, "Hey,
Oh.
when all this is said and done, you're gonna inherit this whole place." And little buddy was not having it.
That little boy said that was so profound. He was like, "I don't want
Yeah.
it because when I get it, that means everybody's dead."
Right.
I was like,
But I love that Uncle Corliss is just like, this is my grandson. We good. Like there's no like standoffishness. There's no BS. It's like that's
There's
my
no
grandson.
what you ain't got
But
no
Yeah,
color.
right.
There's
but
nothing.
here's the thing. But again, I don't know who is advising these writers. But that is the blackest shit that has happened. One of the blackest moments, because that's what we do as a people.
So another black moment.
No, literally, like that is what we
We
do
need a
as a
sound
people.
for
Right.
we need drums in the background.
I'll work on that. I have the Dora Milaje sound. I just got to figure out how to pull it through. Yeah.
But no, that is very much a black cultural thing for us out of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
I know this little light skinned boy was fathered by Massa. I know this,
Right.
but this is the woman that I love's child. This child is still a slave, so now this child is my responsibility.
Right. Because you
like that's what we
family.
do.
Yeah.
You create family.
So that whole biology, the family you choose versus biology is very real. It's very black. I don't know who's advising this show. I love it.
It's the same concept as, we joke about it, the play cousins.
Mm-hmm.
But I had several that I thought were really my cousins. I didn't know until I got older that, we're not really related.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I can think of 10 kids right now that I've helped raise that call me aunt. We ain't got no blood.
And we was northern in Chicago, so it was your god sisters.
Yeah. Yep.
It was my god sisters and my god brothers, and it was that family. Like you had your biological cousins, and then you had the god siblings. Like, that's my sister. That's my god sister.
Yeah.
I'll still beat you up in the street for her. But we don't share blood. But I will kick you in the neck about this broad.
Not the neck.
Right here.
So
right in the neck.
Also at the funeral, there's a conversation between the brothers, Viserys' sons with Alicent, about their sister.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know if you went back and listened to what she said last week. But what she said last week came to pass this week.
Okay.
Enlighten us.
Run it back.
Okay. So when she's sitting there, she's playing with the slug or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I know what you're talking about.
And he walks in the door and he's been out and Allison is yelling at him. Mm-hmm. And she says, "You'll have a dragon one day." And the little girl is just like, "You'll have to close one eye."
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah,
you are right. Ooh,
yeah.
So she's the seer.
Yo, she is out there. Okay, she loves her little insects and everything, but she is out there.
So I'm wondering is she a seer? Does she have magic? Or is she, what do they call it? Like Brendan Rivers.
Is the three-eyed raven?
Like a three-eyed raven.
I think she's like Brendan. I think she's the first of that line. Like,
well, they were saying before that in the Targaryen family, all these different people would see things, right? That's how the Song of Fire and Ice even was told down the line.
The prophecy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the prince that was promised. That was all from a dream. So yeah. So
but oldest boy is
yo.
He's not fit to rule.
Come on, man.
He's not fit to rule.
I when he was down there and his granddad picked him up, I swore he's going to be down there with the maid, the bartender lady. I really thought that's where we were headed because he just kept bothering that poor lady.
Yeah.
No, that was the thing that I thought was interesting. The amount of drunks that had to be drugged out of the and another blackest moment when Corliss went to his son's boyfriend. When everybody looked out there, and the boy was sitting in the water like, "I says the Lord Jesus, I says the Jesus."
Wait a minute, is that yet another black moment?
The boy in the water, my sister dead, Jesus Christ, oh Lord. I don't know what to do.
Why not
me? Take me, Father. I'm the homosexual. I have brought the shame. Oh, my sister dead. No. And he in the water, because I heard all of that. Lord, Jesus.
Yeah, I feel like that's the equivalent of jumping in the casket.
So he out there, why, Lord, I'm half in the water, half out.
Honestly, though, I appreciated that he was the only one that was truly like he was out there, he was grieving.
Mm-hmm. Like that was
everybody else had to still put on a show. Like
he wasn't putting on no show. He was like, I ain't in the wall. I want to go with you. Why, Lord? And Corliss went to the boyfriend and was like, well, you better go get that money. And he said it through his teeth. That's why it was so black. He was like, you better get your preach and get this motherfucker. And then Uncle Valerian said, brother, don't act a fool out here in front of these white people. I need you to calm down. His brother did. He laid a hand on me. He's like, we is at the repast. Please don't act a fool. Your son, let him go get the boy. You can't act like it. You can't talk through your teeth at the repast. Because he was like, I'm a chill. You better get that motherfucker before I go down there. I swear to God.
Let that boy grieve. And let that boy grieve.
But he was in the water. Why, Lord?
But I mean, that goes back to old black man statements. I don't want my son to be soft.
Yeah.
He was in the water. I never asked the Lord. Like it was very, very.
This is an indictment on male mental health, and y'all just shutting us down. We can't just express our feelings and cry into the water so nobody can see the tears.
I mean, if you want to cry into the water where nobody can see the tears, you got to get all the way lower. You can't just sit half like a merman. Half in, half out. Why, Lord? Take me with you. Take me with you. It should have been me. Like, bruh.
Y'all say y'all want men to express their feelings. Y'all don't want that.
Well, I mean,
in the water.
But that was high drama, though. That was the equivalent of him jumping in the casket.
But it really was in his feelings. Let my man grieve.
Look, I didn't have a problem with it.
Grieve from the pew.
What it was. I didn't have a problem with it, but clearly his father did and felt away.
If somebody wants to go stand in the ocean at my wake, let them go stand in the ocean. Okay, just let them. Just let them. Just let them.
Oh Lord.
Just let him go.
Just let him go.
Listen. Corliss was not with it, and Uncle Dr. Reverend Valerian was like, brother, but now you can't act a fool in front of these white people.
But I think the fear was, one, he is making a spectacle of himself.
A whole fool.
And we can't be out here having them people look at us like that.
Nope, I'm going to thumbs down this whole situation.
Also, I was afraid that he was going to drown himself. Like he was just going to go.
I did think that came across my mind too. That he was just going to like.
I never thought he was going to drown himself. That was like you said. I have been to enough black funerals to know what that is. That's the mug that you can't get up from off the coffin. Can we close the coffin? Can we close it? Can we close it? Why you got to, And I have personally, with my personal sister, at my mother's funeral, been like, if you don't put that shit down, you don't stuff down. So I've done that. I know what that is,
Right.
I didn't think he was going to kill himself, but he was, why see God? So
well,
why not me?
Oh my God. Well, the next moment,
Tony Bagels. What's up, Tony Bagels?
The next moment is here. Viserys, he has exiled his brother
8 times. 8
right,
times.
Right. And none of them stick because he's the one that goes over to him and starts talking.
Viserys, let it go,
because
homie.
he loves his brother.
That's King Soft. That's King Softy. Softy serve.
Yes.
King Softy serve.
Oh my gosh.
And I mean,
just come on home. Come home,
Daemon is that kind of. I could see where he would have that kind of pull on somebody, like, "Oh, I hate you. Come on over here and have dinner." You know, just because you can't hate him. He is upfront about everything he does, everything he wants.
He really isn't, though. He is dirty and sneaky and underhanded.
Only to his enemies.
No, I don't even think he's dirty and sneaky and underhanded to his enemies. I think Daemon, this is why I think he's one of the best written characters in any genre, in any
I think he's well written. I would agree with you.
This is why, because what he does is he gives the people what they want.
Like his wife.
He does. It's not. He's not trying to give you. He's not trying to placate in a certain way. Like he's not playing a game. He just sees what you want in the moment, and he gives you what you want. Not what you need. Not what's. It might not be true to you, but he reads energy. And he gives the people what they want.
And I love the fact that he just stands back. And most of his scenes, he is just leaning up against a wall.
Yeah.
And the only two people he cares about, he really cares about are Rhaenyra and his brother.
Yeah.
At the end, if you watch the making of stuff, he's like, I kind of envision him as a leaner. He just kind of leans and watches, right? But I'm sorry. You cannot tell me this person is altruistic at all.
I never said that.
Okay. He is underhanded and self-serving.
Well, yeah, he does dirty things, but he's not doing them in secret.
That's my point. He's like,
killed his wife in secret.
No, he didn't kill her in secret. He killed her in plain sight.
He didn't hide.
He did not kill her in secret. He killed her in plain sight.
He ain't. He is. If he was about that life, he'd be like, "Yeah, I killed her. What are you gonna do about it?"
No. Well, I mean, why would he do that? She asked.
So it's a
secret. We have a different definition of what that means. It's not a secret. It's not a secret because he never denied killing her. He never denied that to anybody.
No, he didn't lie.
He never said, "I didn't do it."
A lie of omission is still a lie.
That's why he's one of the best written characters on ever. Because it's a lie, it's a mission, is according to who he is a symbol of chaos. He's a symbol of chaos. He's a Loki.
What is his alignment? He's definitely chaotic. He's chaotic evil? No, chaotic
he's
neutral.
Aligned to himself. He's aligned to himself.
Yeah.
It's not the greater good. It's none of that. He's a Loki. He wants what he wants in the moment. He's not trying to be altruistic. He's not trying to live a higher purpose. He's not a Thanos. He's not Putin. He's not trying to do none of that.
Damn. Shots at Putin. Just Putin catches strays up here.
How about that fool?
Putin is Thanos. Like he really is. But so he's not that. He's just riding a maverick. Like, this is what you want in this moment. That's what I mean when I say that.
Tony,
this is where we're going.
Tony, you're right. See?
It was a horse accident.
She did die from a horse accident.
It was a horse accident. It was.
Wow.
She fell off the horse.
Do not be alibis for me at all. Y'all gonna get me put down.
No, don't do anything dirty. Don't put me in a position.
Well, Desmond said he was just doing some. He had to deliver some rocks. I didn't say it was crack rocks.
Exactly. But again, These are the things you learn when you are raised in a certain environment. She did die from a horse accident. The horse fell, she fell over. Now we ain't gonna talk about how he mystified the horse and flipped the horse. That's not the point. The horse did fall. And
Well,
she did fall off the horse. And she did injure herself when the horse fell. But she wouldn't shut her pie hole. So he took the rock. We didn't actually see it. So, and in the original text, from what I understand, it says in the book, she fell off a horse and cracked her head.
Yes.
So, that's not a lie. And I'm standing on it.
And I watched a lot of reviews about that particular incident, and everyone seemed to have a different angle, sort of. But the consensus across a lot of people was that he was he was touching the horse, he was, making friends with the horse, whatever. But when she pulled out her bow, which is what I was thinking, she pulled out the bow that hit the horse. That made the horse this, and then he just gently, pushed the horse over because the horse was already
giving this man credit.
I'm not giving him credit. I'm telling you how OJ got off.
The glove did not fit. Okay, I'm with you.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm with you.
And that's what Damon rides on.
Chewbacca is a Wookiee. I am with you.
Chewbacca is a Wookiee. You South Park watcher. Chewbacca is a Wookiee. It's a Chewbacca defense. And I stand on it.
Oh, so many.
There's so much more. We gotta go. We gotta keep going. All right, come on.
Chewbacca is a Wookiee.
We got your boy Creepy McCreeperton over there in the corner watching Allison.
Oh, I forgot all about him.
Even Cole was like, ma'am.
He's not creepy. He's playing the gum. Legum. He is playing it. He's not creepy. He's just waiting for Allison to fall so he can use her like the most toilet paper. Because how are you ever in cahoots with somebody that killed their brother and they fucked?
Right. Because now he got you indeed.
And then she's sitting her stupid ass on the boat later on. I'll call you someday when I need your discretion. What discretion?
Idiot. If she wanted to, she could just be like, Kristen, just go off this dude. Like, just get rid of him.
First of all, Kristen is the dumbest. I had faith in Kristen in the first half.
Oh my god.
I hate Kristen.
Yeah. I wanted Rhaenyra to just start spreading rumors about them because.
But Rhaenyra is smarter than the average bear. She's playing a long game.
She know when to keep her mouth shut.
She's playing a long game. She's not playing, and that's why Allison and her father, Littlefinger Primus, are going to lose.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
We'll see.
Checkers, not chess. No, chess, not checkers.
But I don't think they're playing chess.
Because
Laris is playing something. And everybody else ain't playing the same game he is.
But the high towers are going down.
I don't believe only hope.
All right.
I don't believe they're going to survive. Anyway, we're skipping around.
I can only hope.
So after the wake,
when all the drunks go to bed,
when all the kids were supposed to be in bed, you got like the Goonies happening.
Other black family shit. Everybody thinks the kids asleep.
Yeah, and they are up to something.
The kids are still in the dragon. The cousins is running around in the lower layers. It's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
The kids ain't sleep.
The kids
niece
are
and the
not
uncle.
sleep.
The niece and the uncle is having relations in the beach boudoir.
Oh yeah.
So your boy decides he was going to go and check out that dragon.
He stole that dragon.
He did.
And it's fine.
I'm going to say something that's borderline. I'm just so gonna say it. That dragon was like, "Hey, what you doing back there?" And you're like, "Oh, you want to ride me? Come on, baby, let's go." Like that dragon was not like, "I'm
The
in
dragon
mourning."
was the dragon was grieving. The
It
dragon was
was.
grieving.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, but he was like, "All right, I guess we going for a ride." Then just you said some magic words, and now I guess we going for a ride. That dragon
I,
wanted to kill
I
that boy. He would have killed that boy.
yeah, I hate that. I hate that it happened, but it happens in the book. So that's Vagar, I think.
Yes,
The oldest, the
biggest.
biggest, the most fierce dragon.
And they made him a puppy dog. Just
Yeah, no, I think that this, and I don't know, it just seemed to me that the writers are making it an intentional, purposeful thing for the dragons to have personalities and emotions and feelings.
sure.
And I think what they made very clear is that that dragon was weak and grieving and sad, and that this little ish ass
Emma.
bastard took advantage of this weak, grieving dragon
Mm-hmm.
in the moment. But
But is so? I guess
but
my
but
question is it?
revenge is a dish served best with a knife.
Uh, but is it permanently attached to him just from that one ride? I mean, that seems
Yeah.
like a real
Well,
like. Couldn't anybody who could ride a dragon just be like, "Oh, I'm going to jack your dragon"?
She didn't have a rider anymore.
Right, but
so the next person to command it and for it to follow is now its owner.
dragons ain't loyal. Dragons ain't loyal.
So
Well, oh God.
I don't know. The
But
cousins find out, well, because it's not hard to see the dragon in the air,
hmm
and they go down to confront him. Tony, I wish they would have stalked
Oh
him out.
man, I was so excited when she caught him with that right cross. Oh man.
baby, you got it.
And
She's
he
like,
punched her.
yeah,
Punched her
yeah,
in the face.
yeah.
Like, I just wanted all the kids to just explain how it happened. Because he threw punches at all of them. He was choking the one little strong boy, and
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
and about to hit the other one with a rock. He would have killed him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He would have killed him.
But
So-
Rhaenyra's children are part soldier, part Targaryen, and they were like, "Oh, we with something got to give. It's a knife, it's some dirt. Like this mug got to go.
Yeah.
Like he's going to." So they got that eye, baby.
I really wanted her to give him the 2-piece and the biscuit, but she only gave him the 1 piece. She gave him just the 1 piece.
Because I think
gave him a quick combo.
well, and this is part of that society. Girls aren't taught to. Girls weren't supposed to fight. Like the girls are strong. They're little. They're descendants of, but they haven't been trained in the art of just like
Sure. No,
fight till
you're
you
right.
die. So they just thought, I'm gonna punch him in the face and this is gonna stop. No. So but the boys were like, wait a minute, this mug got a problem with me. We got him taking his house.
Oh yeah.
With weapons.
As the old people would say, he was smelling himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
very much so. He was.
Yeah.
He was trying it, but he tried it.
Little dragon rocks dropped.
He pulled it, and they tried it, and he lost his whole face.
He caught him with that dagger.
Oh man!
I clapped like I was watching like a movie with adults fighting. I was like, cut his eye out. I hate him.
So,
but for a second, they were whooping his ass. Okay,
Yeah,
for a second, all four
and it was
of them
all
whooping
all
his
of
ass.
them. They were down. Oh my god! It was a kid.
I give him credit. He was taking them little baby hits.
Well, he's crazy. That's the other thing. He's not mentally stable
because he's been bullied.
Mm-hmm.
So I did notice there are a lot of similarities between things that happen here and Game of Thrones. So this reminded me a lot of when Arya's wolf attacked Joffrey.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then it became the kids, word for word, word versus word, and justice has to be doled out, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
just like the funeral reminded me a lot of the Tully funeral, where
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the bow that
mhm.
didn't hit it.
Mm-hmm.
No, this was very reminiscent of that situation, and Arya saved
Namira. Oh, the boy.
no, saved the wolf.
Namira.
Okay. I still don't. Okay. But Lady was put to death. That's why Sansa was a mess the rest of the show.
Yeah, Tony, we touched on that.
What? I don't can't see the comment.
The Aemon lose an eye, but yeah.
Yes. And she was talking to the spider. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
Sorry.
then she said something
Tony and I
else.
are just having a conversation. We just dialoguing over here.
So she was having another conversation today or yesterday about and I don't remember exactly what she said. I have to go back and see it. But she was playing with the spider and the clamshell.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was saying something else that was a reference to something that happened in the show.
Yeah, she's seen it all.
Yeah.
Yep.
She has.
All
okay.
Right. We gotta keep moving.
There's
so much to cover.
At the I don't know what you call it, the investigation. At the investigation, the children are all beaten up. Corliss is just looking like
Corliss don't know what to do.
Corliss is like the fuck.
I'm about to lose my life on this one.
And that was Corliss all this episode. It was.
Can I tell you? Look. Can we just take a moment to stop and talk about how cute the little white dreadlocks are? Look at the little dreadlock Afro puffs and the little dreadlock bun. How cute! Oh my god!
So cute.
I'm dyeing my hair white. I'm doing it.
I'm just saying, Afro kind of.
Somebody got some feelings about something.
Wait, no, I think it was an unfortunate microwave incident in my home. Hold on, let me put the microphone on mute.
Okay, so
it was like a hot beverage or some shit. Like, oh, hold on.
Oh no,
Allison, come on now. You know your children dirty. Come on now.
Right, but they saved her.
Yeah, they did.
Because they could have very easily said, well, my mama told me that. And that's not, she did. But I was happy to see the first time she was afraid of what she had been doing, because she'd been playing this game for as long as these kids been having this brown strong hair. She's been playing this game and dropping these seeds, and finally she's like, like, and of course the king knows because she said it to him.
Yeah. So when he's asking Aemon, like, who told you this? Like, is he trying to get him to dime on his mom?
Well, he's in public.
Yeah.
So he has to ask.
Right.
Otherwise, people will know that he's covering for her.
Oh, we missed something. We got to go back to it. I'm sorry.
What?
Viserys called Allison Emma.
Oh. He did. That did happen.
And she was not feeling it. I even texted you, Jade. I was like, uh-oh.
Because he still loves that woman.
He had the pinky ring on and everything.
It doesn't matter.
On one of his 3 fingers. You know what else we didn't talk about? Corliss and Rhaenys and that conversation.
Yeah.
That conversation
Legacy
was very interesting.
Yeah.
Because again, back to black ass shit. She's like, they're her blood. They are blood. They are real. And we
Mm-hmm.
know Rhaenyra's children are bastards. We know that they are not full blood. And my granddaughters are. And you need to fix it. And he was like, a name is a name.
Yeah.
Right.
People don't remember blood; they remember names.
Names. I was
And
like,
it was amazing because in that moment they're both right.
Yeah.
they were both right.
They're both right.
She
And
did
that's
call
why
him
they've
out.
been married. But that's why they've been married, and that's why their marriage actually works.
She
Like that relationship is a real one.
she called him out. Was like, I gave up talking about this whole, being crowned shit a long time ago. You still
Mhm.
bringing it up? Why are you bringing up old stuff still?
Yes. Yeah.
And he was like, because the name,
Hmm.
my dear, it's the name.
And if you
Yeah.
think about it, that name does not last into Game of Thrones. It does not.
No,
No,
it
it does
doesn't.
not. But Targaryens,
Targaryen
by the
does.
skin of their teeth.
Barely.
Right.
All right. I'm sorry. I had to jump back on that. Sorry. Okay.
And then we got
Oh,
another
this
leaning
Oh, my
moment.
man.
look at my man.
Just
Because when he
oh,
activates, it's so intentional. When he activates, it's so intentional. This whole thing goes down, and he's on the wall. Like,
if my man don't win an
what we
Emmy,
doing?
he better win an Emmy. He's just better.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh, yeah,
want
he
to give
should.
him an Emmy. I'm gonna give him an Emmy shaped like my face.
Yeah.
Like cause he was sitting there. He's like, when he is activated, he is activated.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like,
you've
He's
seen
like, oh.
every emotion from this man. He has
Yeah.
shown you everything.
He's like, okay. And then when Sir Kristen's punk ass flies in trying to be
Oh,
important,
yeah. He real quick.
Captain Game
Oh
got
yeah,
activated.
yeah,
He was like,
yeah. Well,
but you won't.
go back over there.
I will
Oh,
never
man.
have to let them do it. I will punch you in the face. So I will gut you like a fish. So
Yeah,
keep playing with me.
It was great. I liked that moment too.
I will say, Kristen was like, yeah, I'm here to be your defender, not
Right.
your yeah.
And
At least he came correct there.
what he said was, I'm not your lap dog.
Yeah, but I think that was for show too because everybody was watching.
Oh
Right.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
because his commander was looking at him like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing these reindeer games? I will stab you. What are you
Right.
doing?
Right. Yes, he was playing reindeer games.
And might I say, the gentleman who is playing the commander with the long beard.
The only thing I like in the Outlander series is him.
Oh,
Okay.
he can out on my lands. Real.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of information.
Is that what I sound like when I talk about Sally Richardson?
Real.
Yep. Just like that. Just like that.
I call
All right.
this hooker. I can't stand this bro.
She's playing the victim so much, and I
I
can't
want
take
to
it.
see her get her head cut off for real. Like I've never wanted to
Oh,
see a guillotine used on nobody this deep in my life. I want her to be beheaded.
it was just rich. It was just beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, the way that Rhaenyra is like, no, huh, what? You just settle yourself. And she's like, no, I want blood. And now everybody sees you for who you are. This is who I always knew you were.
Yeah.
Now everybody else sees it. But Allison wants everybody to see Rhaenyra the way that she sees her.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody sees Rhaenyra. Like we
Right.
having a whole council.
yeah.
It's 300 people in the room. Everybody know these ain't that boy's kids.
Right.
The alphabet boy is off with his lover, grieving his sister. Everybody see what that is. That's real.
Right. And she's crying about duty, and I've always done everything right. Okay, well,
all you did was lay up under Viserys.
You made it. You made a choice. You let your father talk you into seducing that old ass man when he was grieving, and you had these two simple ass kids and this one evil kid. You did that. Yep. You did that because you wanted to, because you were weak. Rhaenyra has been living her best life.
Yep.
So who do we see? Karen, medieval Karen.
Medieval Karen.
Ugh.
So Lenor and Rhaenyra have a conversation, and he's like, I'm gonna live up to my duties. I'm gonna do what I need to do.
But wait a minute. He said, what? Oh man, what was the line he said? And she said, those should be our house words.
I forget. Oh my God, that was good. I can't remember.
I should have been there.
Right. I should have been there.
Mm-hmm.
Those should have been our house words. I mean, that was great.
But here's the thing. It's like, in that moment, sometimes, how you watch something and then as it moves forward, you hear what was said 10 minutes ago afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm watching this scene and Rhaenyra is looking at him like, oh, silly boy. This is never going to work. So she's looking at him like, oh, baby, cousin.
You too
late.
You too late.
But then when she says to Daemon, when Damon's like, what you're asking for, your husband has to die. She's like, I know. I was like, oh.
Right.
Intrigue.
Oh, I hear it now.
Right.
Intrigue.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I even asked Jade about this. I was like, did they not ever try themselves to have a child? And they answered that question in that episode. Like, yeah, we tried. It wasn't working.
That's not what he likes.
Just a little.
Well, what she said was, she didn't
this
even
is
say
what he likes.
Weak. Well, yeah, but she didn't even say it went weak. She said there was no passion.
I think that was a euphemism.
And I couldn't. No, well, I don't even know if it was a euphemism. She was just like, because, listen, as a worldly woman, even an alphabet gentleman can get aroused in any situation. It's not
sure
that.
How I feel about this alphabet thing. I'm
so
not sure
listen,
how I feel about this.
My alphabet cousins can, they can say what they want to say. I'll defend myself as a long-standing member of the Illuminati. Anyway, so
I'm learning so much today.
But, no, literally, like, I think what she was saying was, we loved each other the best we could. We did the best we could. We tried, and we couldn't even get it in enough. Even if he could get it together one time, he couldn't get it together 2, 3, 4 times. Like, what the fuck?
None of the Maesters have cookie basters. That's all.
Yeah, like we couldn't schedule it. They weren't doing ovulation calendars at that time in history. So, you have to do it a lot.
But they did answer the question that I had. Because I was like, didn't they even try?
They tried. They couldn't get it together enough. And so she was like, look, she told Damon, look, player, these mugs, my father ain't got but like one arm. He ain't got but 3 fingers. He got a goiter on his neck. He's got grayscale down his back. This is not long.
He is not long for this world.
And so so these people stop questioning me. I need to have a baby with white hair. And so we done already had the relations. We need to have some more relations. And we need to get married.
And she needs him. She needs his cunning. She needs his expertise. She needs his intelligence. He's a military man. Rise dragons. And she said, I can't go up against these greens by myself.
Yes.
Oh, and the other thing, when he said to the boyfriend, he was like, look, there are places in this realm where if you have enough money, they don't need to know your name.
Right.
Or your affectations.
So figure it out. And you will have enough money to do whatever you want to do.
Right.
I was like, Velveeta, are they going to kill him?
I have to add another blackest moment that was not black at all, but it was the blackest moment.
Oh, it's a lot of black moments.
When Aemon just rode off with the dragon behind the ship. She just rode off with their dragon, just bounced with their dragon. It's like, yep, this is my dragon now. Like, nobody was like, slow down, partner. That is literally our dragon.
No,
King,
they
you need to
that.
stop this. This is nonsense right here. That is
No.
our
They
dragon.
settled that when he was like, when the whole conversation about I gave up my eye.
Nope.
Eye is
I
eye is worth a
lost an
dragon.
eye, but I gained a dragon.
Like that was
If
settled.
I'm Uncle Corliss, I'm like, nah, son. We gonna settle this a different way because that is my granddaughter's dragon. You ain't taking my grandbaby dragon, okay? You're not taking it. You're just not.
But
Uncle Corliss, he was
look at
conflicted. He was so
It's
conflicted this
all
whole episode.
furrowed brow.
can we talk about the crispness of that beard trim? I
I'm
was
trying to get like
fascinated.
you, Corliss. I'm trying to get like you.
I was like, who is your barber?
I'm trying to get like you. Look at all that gray.
Like,
look at all of it.
Look at that beard. Look at that mustache. Look at that perfect trim on that mustache. Look at that line. I can smell the Hennessy on his lips. It was perfect blackness. I was expecting him to be like, I felt a whole cue. I thought he was going to do a whole Omega bark in that moment. I was like,
so are we still sure he went to Howard? Are we sure about that?
He went to Howard.
Okay.
He is a man of Omega Sci-Fi. Corliss has gold boots and he drinks Hennessy. He takes it with him wherever he goes. He only drinks the Hennessy he takes places.
And he party walks through the through that castle.
And he smells like shea butter and sea salt.
And he smells like shea butter and sea salt. Facts. And cool and our mess. Like that's what it is.
Oh my God.
All right. Keep going.
All right.
You gotta keep going. There's still so much more.
It's not that much more because he talked to the friend, and then we think that they are actually going to kill him because Damon walks down that stairway, and he snaps the guy's neck, and then the very next scene is Lenore. It's Lenore, right? Comes in with his little curly haired Afro attendant. There's so many black people in this show.
I love it.
And it's like, how did you get into my father's hall? Then that's a whole situation.
You've always looked down on me.
And then we're like, oh, look at this fake ass scene. Because Damon has said to them, Damon was like, it has to be in public. That's when I was like, what's the tea? Why does it have to be in public?
I was watching okay, let's see where this is going. Let's go.
Right.
I did. I was riveted. I was leaned in.
I assumed when the body came out the fire, I was like, okay, that's just the boyfriend.
I thought it was Lenore.
I thought it was Lenore, but
they dressed him up like it.
But it wasn't Lenore. So we say goodbye to Lenore's locks because he rides away in a boat with his lover with a bald head
and some gold in his pocket.
And now we know the conversation that Rhaenyra and Lenore had after. Lenore was like, and I'll do this. And she was like, oh, sweetie.
You sweet summer child.
She was like, this is not your land. And these are not your people. Let me manage this situation.
But,
Tony. No, you're right. You absolutely right, Tony. Because, man, pain
his mama was like, black moment.
Just had my daughter's funeral.
Right.
Black moment. She was like, nobody! And she threw herself prostrate on the ground and fell forward with her arms.
How cold is that, though? He was a second ago. He was in his tears in the ocean. Now he's faking his own death to escape. Come on, man. That's a turn. That is a turn.
But
knowing how his parents is gonna have to deal with that. Come on. That's some cold.
Well,
shit.
I think he weighed a life of freedom of my own versus my parents' grief, and they'll be fine.
And I think he thought about I truly believe that Lenore, that conversation he had with Rhaenyra is because he understood what legacy was. He finally got it. And I think that this plan helped him, serve two masters. I get to have my life. I get
Right.
to do this thing. But Rhaenyra, who he loves, that's his cousin. He loves her. Like emotionally, they're friends. Like
Right.
he loves her kids. He loves his nieces and nephews. He's like, but my people will get to have the throne. So I'm gonna do this and bounce, and it's
I'm
best for everybody.
I agree with what you're saying. I disagree with not how it's written, just like the situation, right? Like at least give my parents time to grieve their daughter before now I'm dead too.
No.
No, but this
No.
but this heightens the
Man,
tension.
oh I
This
know.
makes it
I'm all
this
about the
makes it a
tension.
thing.
Right.
I'm
It's
all
a
about the
thing.
tension. I'm just like, man, that is some cold shit right there.
Because everybody knows when they leave from the repast, when they leave the funeral, what's his name? Viserys is gonna die because he's missing up the 4 toes. He got 3 fingers. He don't have an arm. He got gray sail down his back,
He may
and he
not make
can't
it
got
off
no
that boat.
food.
He may
Exactly.
not make it off that boat. He
So
was looking rough in that the carriage.
so it was they knew they were on a clock.
Right.
They knew they were on a clock and they had to do it. And that's what Allison, I think she understands he's dying, but I think that's why the Hightowers are going to lose this because I don't think their clock is the same.
Well, when she
We
was
gonna see.
riding in that carriage,
Yeah, she's
she looked
like,
But I,
mighty
but I,
afeared.
but I think she thinks I have my father, my son has the dragon, I have a minute to breathe. I think she still thinks she's smarter than Rhaenyra.
I don't know why she thinks that.
hmm.
But I think her and her father think they got it. Her father's like, I'm so proud of you. I didn't know you had it in you. I was like, oh, y'all think y'all got it. All
I need
right.
to know what words were said to make Viserys be like, okay, yeah, bring Hightower back as my hand. I need to know those words. I need that. I
It
need that
was
conversation.
Allison. It was all
But I know
Allison.
I want to hear the words because
There weren't words. It
my
was
man
honey poured in his ear.
kicked him out like, yo, you are. I can't trust a thing you say. Okay, come on back because the other guy's dead. Come on.
But at that, we got to remember. So he never really wanted to get rid of Hightower. He liked him. He just didn't like the chatter and he's easily manipulated. So
Oh
people
yeah,
have been
we
in
do
his
know
ear.
that. I
So,
just
but at
I
the
want to be
point he
a
came back, Rhaenyra had already left. She was
mhm,
already in what is it, Blackstone?
Dragonstone,
Dragonstone. So
Blackstone.
Blackstone. She was already in Dragonstone. So it made it
all
peaceful.
black everything.
He was trying he was trying to keep the peace. He's trying to keep the peace. So I'll give her my daughter the daughter has left court.
All
So
right.
my wife can have her stupid ass
Mhm.
father.
So, what do we think Laris's plan is? What does Laris want?
Mm.
He's already
All of it.
in charge of Harrenhal now. He didn't become Hand of the King, which is I thought was like where they were
No,
going to try to go.
no, he doesn't want that job.
No,
That's too high. That's too much work.
no, I think he wants hand of the king. I think he's playing a long game. He'll be hand of um uh if he helps
Aemon
Allison's child,
or
yes,
Aegon.
ascend the throne.
Well,
That's who he'll be the hand to.
I think he wants Master of Whispers because that's that's a job that is not upper level management, and he can still do what he wants to do and be covert. And nobody, because he's the type of person that flies under the radar.
Yeah, because everybody underestimates him because he's
Correct. I think that
handy
he's going to
capable.
stay in that lane because he will have more power because he'll know more things.
Sure.
Knowledge is
I
power.
agree with that.
So did he create an assassins guild? Because that's what it seems
Yeah.
like a whole guild of like he organized some and I'm here for it, okay? Because
Oh
that is
yeah, he's
that is
like
right up my alley in D&D.
cut
That is
y'all
right up
tongues.
my alley.
We cut our tongues and
The
send
Shadow
you away.
Embassy exists in my
Well,
world.
I said, remember in Game of Thrones, the first season, one of the gold cloaks, that old guy, he couldn't talk because he had his tongue cut out.
Yep.
So yeah.
Oh, man, this show is getting so good.
Man,
I'm enjoying it much more than Lord of the Rings. I will say that I really am. I really am.
Will you go talk to Mickey Ficky?
I will tell Mickey Ficky everything.
He's trying to convince me that I needed to try to stay with the boring and the dry of the Lord.
I mean, I'll watch both. I'm just saying, I'm here for the drama.
But these dragons, this feels like old school Dynasty. They are giving me everything.
I was gonna say Dallas.
Yeah.
Baby,
I need Blake Carrington to come out here and say some words, please.
Who shot JR?
They are giving me old school nighttime
Falcon's Crest
drama. I'm like riveted. I'm like, what's happening?
Yeah.
Knots Landing.
Ooh, I like it. Nice pull.
Yes,
I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. They'll give me Blanche Devereaux, honey. With the first song. What?
Oh my gosh. When Diane Carroll still had her face.
Oh man, she was so beautiful. Who's scoring first?
You are.
Go ahead. Okay. That very clear. 5.
That's it.
Desmond?
I gotta go 5. I mean, there's dragons, the little kids fighting.
A child lost their eye because of another child.
Y'all gonna play around, somebody gonna lose an eye.
Caught him with the right.
somebody grieved in the coffin.
He was in his cups.
Deaths were faked. Like
Rhaenyra and Daemon got it on finally. Daemon was able to keep it up.
Yeah.
Did a blood kiss.
Yeah.
And the kids is just watching this like, what the fuck is? I'm sorry, what is happening right now?
Are you my new brother? Like, what's happening?
What is going on? I just buried my mom.
and the little boys are like, well, we just buried our dad. So
yeah.
Well, both of them. Oh my God, both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, it was a lot.
5.
And when the little Rhaenyra's oldest boy held his cousin's hand.
Yes.
Baby, I had a whole tear. I was like,
she grabbed that hand. It's just like, we just going through it, ain't we?
We both going through. I heard the rumors. I know your daddy got burned up and died. Like they had a moment. They did. When the 4 of them decided you are a demon and tried to beat that boy to death and they cut us out, I was like, see?
I just needed them to just put it on him a little bit more. Just give him a little bit more.
Yeah,
man. They
needed to kill him. I was hoping he died in that chamber, but okay. You said
that's my mama's dragon.
Unfortunately, his story has only just begun.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay, what do you give it?
5.
5.
Yeah.
Just 5.
Come with it.
She's like,
so here
why are you even asking?
Really? There's no question. It's 5. Yeah.
Spirit fingers.
Even the funeral and all of the silence.
Yes.
All of the silence.
There was so
much
amazing. This episode had everything.
People were trolling each other at the funeral. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you going? What's happening?
I'm about to go watch it again right now. I gotta go.
I watched it again this morning. This might get a third watch because I feel like I missed something.
Well, that's probably because it was so dark, though. That's probably just because it was so dark.
Well, Sapochnik did it, so that's why it was so dark.
So dark. I had to turn off all the lights in the house because I couldn't see nothing.
Yeah. So Tony gives it a 5.
Baby, it's the writing, the directing, the actor choices. It's all of that for me. It's the costumes, the hair, everything.
gosh,
It's
the
the moment.
costuming is amazing.
And this is like a trick. This is the trick of the devil. Like to have all of those long moments, but to have the show still move so quickly
Yeah.
is that is a directing and editing. Like somebody's a witch. Somebody is in the Illuminati. Somebody is like doing dark magic. I'm like, how did like it's beautiful. It's just
It is.
beautiful.
And
Beautiful.
it's slow and silent when it needs to be.
Yes.
And not too much talking and conversation that it kills a moment. Just
so when they actually have conversation, like the conversation with Corliss and the wife, you want to pay attention because it's a moment and it's a conversation. So you're not talked out. You're not like you're not Hamleted out. You're like, who's called it? It's not that, you know. So it's so beautiful.
I got the line for you. But you and I are made of fire. We have always been meant to burn together.
Oh,
get out, Desmond. Get out. That was brilliant.
That's some damn good writing. That is some damn good writing.
Oh, yeah.
I was sitting there like, I know that's your uncle, but you need
right?
to marry. I had a whole Muppet face during that whole.
Because
that line was dope though.
They've had this fire and ice thing going on ever since
the necklace.
Yeah.
We knew that
the first time we see them together, we see it.
We knew what that necklace meant.
No, it's weird and strange, and it actually works. Brilliant.
Brava.
Brava.
All right.
Yes,
Carlos.
Tony. Yeah, I do.
Carlos Valerian, where can we find you?
Yeah, Tony.
On the interwebs under my name. Just Google Carlos Stillwell. I pops up on all the interwebs. I got a lot of stuff going on. Just find me. Just find me.
Okay. Desmond?
You can find me on the interwebs too, but if you search my name, I'm not the one that went to jail in New Jersey. I never went to jail. I'm this Desmond Miller.
Let us pray.
Right. Well, if you search my name, you're going to find a lot of white people and basketball players and wrestlers, and I'm not any of those people, so just don't search my name.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes.
So I am a big Anne Rice fan.
I know.
I love some Anne Rice. I do the Witch Chronicles, Vampire Chronicles, and I just have to say, if you like you a good vampire story, the reboot of Interview with a Vampire on AME is totally worth the watch. It's so good.
I know it's on my list, and I would watch it, but no, I'm scary.
Well, no. This will. It's more suspenseful.
I know.
It's more suspenseful because I don't do gore a lot.
I know, and I love Anne Rice, and I was ready to watch, but this is dark now.
Well, it's so much better than that horrible ass Tom Cruise vomit that was created. It is really the spirit of the book.
Wasn't Brad Pitt in that too?
Oh yes,
and Antonio Banderas.
It should have been reversed because they would, but Tiny Tom Cruise was trying to flex, so they miscast him. It was terrible. It was awful. It was horrible. But this version, especially if you like if you like to have a little race conversation wrapped up in your story, they do this really well. And Anne Rice is from New Orleans, so they set the beginning of this in early 1900s New Orleans, and it's gorgeous. It is well written. It is beautifully shot. It's not super gory. It's beautiful.
It just came out yesterday.
I have AME Plus. I had seen it a few days ago. So I've been rocking back and forth like I need everybody to see it. I'm not gonna say that. I got to go say that. God, I'm not gonna say that. But it's beautiful. So if you like your vampire story, and if you are a fan of Anne Rice's work, her literature, this is a good watch.
Well, something else that's happening this week.
Talk about it.
AfroCon is happening. The VIP event is on Friday. AfroCon proper is on Saturday, beginning at 10 a.m., going until 7 p.m. Please get your tickets.
Get your tickets. It'll be worth it.
Don't do that thing that we do where you just wait to the last minute to get your ticket.
I'm going to just wait and see.
I'm telling you, go get your tickets. I can't be there this year, so go get your tickets for me. Get a ticket for me.
Come meet me in person.
I'm certain you might be interesting, maybe. Like, you should come.
It's all smoke and mirrors. It is all smoke and mirrors.
Here we go.
I'm just
so much Moss Landing.
So funny.
All right. Thank you all. I'm going to close out with the commercial.
Do it.
I won't try it again today. Hopefully they glide into each other. Yeah, I'm going to try. Otherwise, we'll be right back here in 30 seconds, and then I'll say, good night.
Good night, y'all.
Almost knocked my camera off. I was so excited.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
You're killing me.
AfroCon celebrates geek culture and black culture via RPG, board games, cosplay, and more. Join us October 7th and 8th and
get your geek on at AfroCon!
For tickets and info, visit AfroConOmaha.com.